Hello everybody. Welcome to the stream slash video if you're watching after it ends. So, excuse me, I'm blurry. So I have found a very quick, very easy trade route. For anybody who doesn't know, maybe I'll make a video on it specifically. I mean, I guess this could be the video. So I found something here for anybody who doesn't know. These two farms on the west and east side of, is this Nuela, or not Nuela, uh, the starting zone, the southern starting zone. So I found that if you're under level 10, and I suppose over level 10, instead of joining a bigger city and running these long trade routes to these different cities, um, you can go to these farms and you can purchase a certificate to create a trade box. As you can see, I have two of them on me. And then you can run them between the farms. I am thinking you might be able to take it farther, since you don't technically select a destination, but this trade route between these two farms is very quick. So you can probably do this trade run in 5 minutes. And to give context, I did a trade route between Miraleth and Nuela, and this trade route probably took me 18 minutes, and I made 50 silver. Whereas with this trade route, I believe I make around, I believe 26 silver per per run. So I guess obviously if you do the math on that, you're talking, in the time it takes me to do one trade route for 50 silver, I could do probably 2 to 3 of these and make just the same amount of money, if not more. So it is pretty nice, pretty handy, and figured I would just go live. We're going to be doing these trade routes back and forth for a little bit. I'm kind of just running solo. None of my friends are on at the moment. So we're just going to kind of just go back and forth and try to get some cash. My main crafting that I want to do in this game is animal husbandry and hunting, because I do want to create more mounts for my friends, as well as additional beasts of burden, so we can hopefully do some caravans at some point. I have a friend who is working on the wood crafting, to try to create some caravans and or boats. I don't know how efficient that will be, but it is something that we want to try. If any of you guys have experience with any of that, let me know how it worked out, and if you have any tips or tricks on how to be successful at running those larger caravans, because it is a gameplay loop that I enjoy. I think it's kind of fun, just trading, going back and forth, dropping off these crates, maybe helping the city develop a little bit with different types of cargo. I think it's interesting. I think it's fun, and it's definitely a nice change of pace from just monotonally sitting in a camp and killing 400 of the same enemy just for a single level. So I know some people enjoy that. I enjoy it sometimes, but not quite as much as other people, I feel. I think there's definitely some people out there that really, really do enjoy that kind of stuff, and that's fine. I will say I do wish the combat was a little more deliberate, something similar to, you know, like, all right, I'm sorry, everybody. I believe I dropped internet there for a minute. We do have a pretty big snowstorm in our area, so it's kind of unfortunate. I'm very sorry about that interruption. What I was saying was, is the combat in this game is pretty fast paced. Like you burn through your skills pretty quickly. It's not difficult. But the problem with that is even though you're burning through your skills very quickly on a single enemy, and I can go through my rotation like sometimes 3 or 4 times, and I get, again, I some people may not think that's a big deal. Like when you're killing 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 enemies just back to back for an hour, to me it's just kind of exhausting. Just click, 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 click. Yeah, it's exhausting. I kind of wish the combat was a little bit more deliberate, or I feel like I could go through my rotation, maybe like once or twice during a fight, but like it's impactful and it means something. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad or good or anything. It's just kind of how I feel. Again, I'm fully aware that some people may not. Okay, so here we go. 3747 off of one crate. So let me grab this guy over here. That's not bad at all. Or, running around for 5 minutes. So we'll put this guy away. So back to kind of the idea of the video today is we're going to go to this artisan commodity vendor. You can find them over here by the settlement commodity station. And you're going to go and click on this bad guy right here. Boom. Pull up this right here. So he's going to sell these different commodity certificates ranging from common, obviously, to legendary. Um, Now, I will say one thing I don't know is if you purchase these different levels, rarities, and you fill it. So, like, I'm going to go ahead and just pick two of the legendaries because I believe it does pay the most. I think I did a common one the first time, and it cost 3 silver, 34 copper. I think I got paid out like 10 silver. Um, so I'm just gonna get the highest quality one that I can because I'm able to purchase it, so it's not really a big deal. Boom. I'm gonna get two of them. It's gonna cost 23 silver and 34 copper. Um, Boom, and then we're gonna purchase. Did I get them? No, I did not. Purchase. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but anyways, so now that we have them, these two certificates, what you're gonna do is you're going to go right here to the settlement commodity station. It is right next to the commodity vendor. You're going to click on it, and as you can see, the commodity that is available is a case of Aelan relics. I believe it's very similar on the opposite side in the other little farm settlement area. And these are the resources that you're going to have to put inside of it, that you're going to have to add. So since I have two certificates, my plan is to create 2 boxes. So here I have to obviously double these. So it'd be 24, 24, 10, and of course 2 in total for the certificates. Now, one thing I do not know quite yet, and maybe one of these days I will try to test it. Obviously, being legendary, it's going to be a bit more difficult to get all legendary supplies. However, for the moment, you can just put whatever in here. But what I'm saying is I don't know fully if you fill this, like if I go to add for the stone. So as you can see, I have some different stone options available to me of different rarities. Um, I don't know if the different rarities affects the ultimate outcome of how much revenue you make from it. So again, if anybody knows that or understands how that works, please let me know so I could be more efficient with this. For the time being, because I'm okay with smaller profits, it doesn't bother me whether I make 1 silver profit or 1,000 silver profit. It's not that big of a difference to me. Profit is profit, and I'm okay with it. Um, I'm just gonna fill it with anything that I find. So I do need 12 stone, which I believe if I click, or 24. I don't know if I have enough. No, I do not. Well, yeah, I guess I do if I use the rubies, but I'm going to save the rubies. So I'm going to go farm up some more of that. Same with this. I definitely need some wood. I believe for the fish, I have enough fish, so we're good there. So we just need wood and stone. So if I click on materials, I look around. I'm actually going to go over, well, I should have did it before I came here, but I needed to drop off some of these materials. I have a friend who's going to be doing I don't remember what he said what he's going to be doing, but he asked for the rubies. So I'm going to go ahead and save these rubies for him. I do not need them. He does, so we're going to help him out. So I'm going to go over here. I believe the excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm yawning. I'm a bit tired. I have a house full of kids and did not get a ton of sleep, especially since I tend to stream and record videos late at night. The warehouse should be over here in the more kind of northern side of the settlement for anyone who has trouble looking for it. I do from time to time, so I don't blame you. So we're going to hit this a few times because the game hates working. And then we're going to save that, and save that. I think we'll hold on to the copper. I'm going to put all of this down. Put that down. Put that down. The rest of this stuff is just going to... Oh, okay, I don't know what just happened. Someone got murked. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to use it for the boxes. So we're going to exit. Yeah, someone just got messed up. So that sucks. So boom, hit this, and we're gonna go back across the bridge, back over to the other side, so we can go farm up the ingredients that we need. Again, we don't need fish, so we're gonna skip the fish, but we do need rocks and trees. So we're gonna get over here, and we're gonna see if we could farm up a couple of rocks and trees, so we can grab 2 more boxes, and then you will see the return route back to the opposite side. And that's it. It is not super difficult. Not super difficult at all. Excuse me, I just yawned again. I do apologize. Okay. So rocks and trees. So we got some trees here, so let's hit them up. So again, we need 24 total logs. Again, the crate can be packed with any variant of logs and rarity. It just needs to be 24 total combined. And I do apologize that I don't know the entire mechanic to it as far as if rarity changes anything. I will definitely try to do that. As I'm gathering, I'll try to maybe save up some higher rarity quantities and then specifically use those versus lower end qualities or a mixed bag of qualities. and I will try to make a video on that for anyone that is interested. Please let me know if you are interested in learning about that. We could definitely learn it together. Maybe I will do it live on stream, in fact. I think it's more fun that way. Because then we could be a lot more interactive together. And we can learn together on the fly. So that's what these games are all about, right? MMORPGs. That's what makes these amazing games, is the storytelling, the adventures, and ultimately the community, and everyone learning and having fun together. That's why we play them, right? Alright. Speaking of, I do apologize everybody who is currently at this point in the video. I do have to go AFK for just a moment, as I do hear that one of my babies has woken up from his nap. So give me a moment to go check on him to make sure he's okay. And I will be back in just a moment. Thank you so much. All right, thank you for being patient. I'm back. So, where were we? We're gonna look at our wood here. Like I said, we need 24 combined, right? So we just need a couple more. Probably this tree would probably do it. And luckily, these supplies are pretty quick to gather. It's not super difficult to run through here. So we also need the stone, I believe. Yes. It really doesn't take long. You know, maybe 10 or so minutes, you know, which is still quick. Especially compared to doing the more traditional, if you go to these bigger cities like Jova and you go to pack a crate there, you need like certifications and you need to turn in certain supplies to get the scripts or the certifications or whatever they're called, and then you still have to get the supplies to pack the crate, and then you have to take it from here all the way to there, or here, there, etc., or as far as you want to go, of course. And so you're talking about potentially spending, 30, 45, maybe an hour on like oh, we don't need trees. What am I doing? I'm in a bad habit there. Well, we need to go over here. So, you're talking about it's a longer time commitment for one single trade that you're only going to get paid out 50 silver, if you're lucky. I remember my very first one, I'll tell you. I went from Jova. My very first trade route I ever took was from Jova to it might have been Miraleth or Winstead. I don't remember exactly where I took it, but I know it was from Jova. Maybe it was Miraleth. Jova to Miraleth, I believe. Yes, it was. Yes, Jova to Miraleth. That's a pretty long distance. My very first crate I ever took, and I only got 16 silver out of it. Now that was my experience. I get that there's factors that go into it, and that's fine. But that was my very first crate, and I was like, wow, 17 silver for this. I mean, I feel like I could have just grinded dust for 20 minutes and sold it for 17 silver. So, or glint, not dust. I apologize. Okay, I guess this is the hard part now. I've got to find these rocks to mine. There's a node right here. So ultimately, I know everyone's going to find trade routes that suits them the best, and everyone's going to kind of have their criteria of what is efficient versus non-efficient. But I think, at least for the moment, in my current skill area and knowledge of this game, this is a fairly efficient route. Come here, grab a couple of supplies, buy your certification, and then just run it to the other side of the starter zone. Or the other side of, well, yeah, technically you're still in the zone, right? So this side to this side. It literally only takes about 5 minutes to travel here, give or take. It's very quick, very easy. There's not a lot of danger. You're relatively close to safety. I guess some players can still get frisky and get saucy with you. But I personally have not really run into that issue, at least yet, thankfully. So now we have our stone, we have our wood, we have our fish. Let's jump on the Getomobile here and run over here. So we're going to pull out our mule here, and then we're gonna go here to the commodity station, and we're gonna start adding. So we're gonna click add, and you can add one at a time, like this. Right click, or you can hold down your shift, then right click, and it'll autofill. Submit. Go to the next one. Right, hold shift, right click, submit. Shift, right click, submit. Submit, and then craft. So it's going to cost you an additional 1 silver and 50 copper and 3 seconds to craft. So now that we have the box on our back, we're going to go over here. We're going to press F to load our crate onto our truck here. Go back and rinse and repeat because we are taking 2 boxes. So I believe total cost investment in this is, so that was 3 silver for this, for the crate, 3 silver for the crate, and whoops, no, that's not what we want to do. And then 22, no, 23. So 26 silver. Is that right? If my math is mathin', probably isn't. But we're gonna say 27 silver for a total cost investment, plus of course the 10 or so minutes running around gathering the supplies. Again, not exactly the most difficult thing in the world. And then we're gonna hop on, and we're just going to run it over here. So with a 27 or so, I guess, and you know, give or take a few copper, 27 silver investment is going to profit us about 27 silver. And I say that because we get about 27 silver per crate after everything. So 1 crate out of these 2 crates is essentially paying for the supplies and the run. And then whatever we make off the 2nd crate is all profit. Again, I know it's, I know there's probably more efficient ways of doing this. And again, I am absolutely open to learning and taking any advice or tips or tricks that any of you more experienced adventurers might have, slash, adventurers slash traders. But I do feel like this is very efficient in the sense that it doesn't take a lot to do this. I mean, you could literally do it probably right off the rip. I mean, you can spawn in here as a new player, level 1, and come over here and start doing this. Now, of course, you probably won't have access to the crate mule, but you can still just walk the crates. Like if I jump off, I mean, look, you can just carry them. Yes, you are walking very slow, and it's going to be a little mind-numbing to walk this slow. I won't bullshit you on that one. But it is still an option if you just simply don't have access to this crate mule. So for anybody watching and needs a crate mule, let me know and I will just make you one for free. I'll make you your first crate mule for free. But if you don't have a crate mule, the point is walking it is still technically an option. At least to get yourself a little bit of cash. And then maybe you could work your way up to purchasing a mule. But again, I'm happy to help out anyone who needs some help and would like to have a mule that doesn't already have one. please let me know in the comments or just message me through the video somehow. And we will fight each other in game. I am happy to craft you a free crate mule. So we're just taking this route. I don't know if this is the most efficient slash like fastest route through this area. It's just the route that I take. Come down through here, up through here. I just follow this road through here. You follow my mouse, and then up here. Um, you know, maybe there's a faster route, but it's the route that I take, and it works. It's pretty straightforward, it's like that I can tell. Maybe one of these days I'll try to, again, as part of a more in-depth guide video on this portion, or this mechanic, this gameplay loop, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I will try to experiment with some different routes through here and time them and kind of see what route would be the quickest for those of you who don't necessarily care about hazards and you just want to get point A to point B as absolute quickest as possible. I personally am 50-50. I definitely am not afraid of a little danger, but I don't want to unnecessarily put myself in danger either. And I definitely want to get to point A to point B. Yeah, as quick as I can, not necessarily as fast as possible or take, you know, the fastest route possible, but if I can get to where I'm trying to get to relatively quickly and relatively safely, I am happy with it. I am by no means a min-maxer of any kind. I am just playing to enjoy the game and enjoy playing the game with you guys. Maybe this is one of you guys. I don't know. It's nice to think about that sometimes, that any one of these people could be you, and I get to hang out with you. So we're gonna go up here, this little road right here, up this trail and into town over here. I do believe when you're on the roads, your crate mule does get a slight speed boost, which is why I am trying to kind of stick to the road. I know you can't see it on yourself, but if you're running with a friend and you click on their mount as they're running next to you, you will be able to see what buffs and debuffs the mount has. And that's how I know you do get a speed boost on these roads, because when I was doing these crate runs with my friend, I clicked on his mount, or I clicked on him, and it showed his mount as the target. And there was a icon that said road speed buff like 12%. So you do run slightly faster on the road versus, say, here on the grass. And you can actually almost see it too when I switch from road to grass. You can actually almost kind of tell there is a slight speed difference. So here we go. We're coming into the settlement now. Again, very easy. We're going to go right here to the crate packing station area, or commodity station. We'll go ahead and cut this corner. Hit the speed boost. Hit the NOS. Then we're going to go right through here past the workshop vendor on our right. Boom. Artisan commodity vendor. So we're going to go ahead and jump off of our mount, not despawn it. I mean, I guess you could despawn it. I believe it'll just drop the crate on the floor, which is fine. But and we're going to go here with the crate on our back. We're going to click him if it'll pop up. Unfortunately, this game is a bit laggy. So you got to kind of mess around with it a little bit. There we go. So 37. Okay, so we get 37.47. That's right. Per crate. Now again, a total cost investment of about 27, we'll say maybe 28 silver, gets you an additional 10 silver on top, plus the second crate, which will be again all profit. 37.47 all profit. It's not bad, I think. So go over here, press F to gather our crate off of our truck. Grab this guy again if it'll pop up. So, nice. Go park the truck somewhere. That's all there is to it. It was just like that, guys. So it's a fun little trade route for anyone who is looking to get into the trading game, who enjoys this type of gameplay, and wants to make a little bit of money. To me, this is a very safe, low-cost, easy trade route that pretty much anyone can do. I'm sure there's a benefit to doing some of the longer, bigger trade routes. Of course, there's a lot of different types of commodities in the game. It's not just this one crate. There is a lot of different commodities in the game that offer different benefits, especially if you are looking to be more involved in the settlement mechanic and helping to take part in building up these different cities around the world. Of course, you are absolutely welcome to do that. In fact, I myself am going to do that at some point too. But yeah, go ahead and try this out, guys, and see how you enjoy it, and let me know how much money you make during a session of doing this. It'd be fun to see types of profits people are out here making. And again, if you have any idea on, you know, what the different rarities, as far as putting different materials into the rarities, if that has any effect on it whatsoever, please let me know, because I believe probably doing the rare would probably be relatively easy. You could probably get a bunch of rare stuff lying around pretty easily. I don't know about heroic or legendary or epic. That might be a little bit more difficult. But I do believe probably rare. You know, if you can get good money off of rare, the rare certificate, while packing the crate with all rare items, that might be interesting. Oh, okay, so it's 35 silver. Okay, I guess it's 35. Oh, is it because of the tax? Oh, yes. That is another thing. I guess I forgot to include that in the profit, the calculation. So there is a 50% tax here, unfortunately. That's kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. Either way, if you're able to do 2 packs, then that, I mean, you're still gonna make money. I mean, if I get one, let me see if I can get, what would it cost for one? Oh, you know what? Let me click off. See, you should still make money off of just getting one. We'll do one legendary. So the total cost is 17. 1751 for one single, and that's including the with the 50% ridiculous 50% tax rate. You should still make money. I mean, if you saw, we made 37 off of one crate. So 37 minus 17, you're talking 20 silver profit for a single crate. So, okay, I guess we're just gonna take it or leave it, I guess. I personally, I guess I'm okay with just spending the 35 silver on both of them. Now we're gonna go here and look to see again. The supplies are the same, even though it says crate of fresh vegetables and no vegetables in sight. Sure, um, but we're just gonna do the exact same thing we did on the other side. We're gonna go and gather these supplies. We're gonna add them all in, and we're gonna run it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's see what we have here. So we have enough fish. We do not have enough stone or wood. So that's what we're going to go do. Let's go do that. Stone and wood. Luckily, we're surrounded by wood. And stone is around here somewhere, I'm sure. Yep, just a bit of stone. We need wood. So yeah. I hope everyone's doing good today. I hope everyone is having a happy new year. First day of 2026. I definitely have goals of trying to continue to push for becoming a content creator throughout 2026 and beyond. So everyone who's watching this, I deeply appreciate any and all support. I really appreciate it, seriously. I am primarily a stay-at-home father, so I don't get a ton of time to do this kind of stuff. My partner, she works. She has a master's degree and is a mental health therapist. She's very good at her job. But I would love to become a content creator to help support my family and help change their lives for the better. I have 5 children in total. We have 5 children in total. So it definitely gets busy around here. So any other parents out there watching this, hey, what's up? Dad gamers unite. Mom gamers unite. We do what we can for our kids, right? Enough inventory space. Wow. What is that? Coal? That's different. Right. Okay, so now we need more wood, it looks like. Should have enough stone here. So I can combine, no, we'll get some more stone. I do want to save some of the other stuff for some other things. Especially if I'm going to be planning on, if I'm going to try to experiment with different rarities in the box. I'm going to save up some of these higher quality ones and try to stick to using these common ones for now until I can get a more thorough test. Go. Get some stone over here. It's like granite. I don't know if I can mix granite with basalt. I doubt it. No, I cannot. 5 granite. Oh, let's see. Is there any basalt over here? There's no basalt. This is all granite. So run over here, see if we can grab a couple of trees. I do technically have enough stone. I guess it's not going to hurt to use some of it. Just so I can get back to the other side of town. Of course, I get green. Ash wood. I need oak. Oh, there's some ash. That happens from time to time. I do think I need to start looking at upgrading some of my bags at some point. That's a floating rock. Fun. What are we looking at here? So we got... We need a couple more. Or we need 24 total for both boxes. In here. Oh my. Some blue oak. Wow. I don't know what this coal is for. I guess I'll hang on to it because I don't think I've seen coal before. I don't know. I'd like to get this oak. I just don't have space for it, unfortunately. So 2 more. And we'll have 24. Oh, this guy. Okay. Wow. Okay. That was unnecessary. There we go. We got 5 off that one. So now we have enough supplies to run back down here. Harbor is overrun. Now for the fun part, to try to remember exactly where it's at. I do believe it's down here. I guess when in doubt, look for other traders, right? Commodity station, add. So like I said, oh, can we use coal? No. Oops. I forgot to craft it. Silly me. What did I miss? Oh, the fish. Okay. Apologize. I apparently am not very efficient at doing this. So bear with me, please. Do that. And submit. Wood. We got this and this. And this. Keep the blues for as long as possible. There we go, and hop on, and away we go. I guess we can go this way, right? Yeah, the other way was the way. Alright, this will be my last delivery for this video until later. If anyone that watches this video and has questions or wants to see something specific, please let me know and I'll do my very best to provide that content for you. I think it goes without saying, I am not a professional. I do not know everything, but I am happy to help learn and help teach. And ultimately just provide entertainment for you. That's what we're here for, right? As content creators, as people making videos and live streams. I mean, I do want to be entertaining to you on some level. So if there's anything I could do to get that objective completed, if you will, please let me know. I know there's tons of other content creators in the world who are well established and very good at their job. So I understand if you enjoy watching them. Well, hopefully from time to time you make time for me too. I appreciate it. Um, I will try to make a more in-depth video guide as fast as possible regarding this topic. Again, as I've mentioned, this is just kind of a quick live stream while I'm playing, just to kind of like show anybody who happens to click on this video or live stream. Go ahead and cut this. Game looks absolutely gorgeous. There's no denying it. I think they're doing a good job on this game. This is definitely going to be, if they continue the development of it and they don't let it slip through their fingers, this is going to be an MMO that'll be around for a while. I think there's a lot of good stuff going on in this game. Even with the combat that I'm not super favorable towards, it's definitely something that is not bothering me to the point that I would quit the game. think the game as a whole is a fun game. It's a good MMO, solid MMO. So, and so. That's all there is to it. Well, everybody, thank you for hanging out with me today, checking out this video with me. I hope, again, that everyone has a wonderful 2026 and beyond. I will see you guys later tonight, and take care.